Hey up, let's see what we've got going on. Right then, let's see what we can see. So, as you can probably tell, oh god, we need to turn that down. As you can probably tell, oh god, we need to turn that down. Got a, there we go. I'm using this archaic laptop. So if for any reason we start having troubles because things are super slow, that's why. Right, let's try and get this page restarted again, so I can see who's talking. Or I could see who's talking. I've just lost it all now. Never mind. So I saw Paul. Paul, right. And then I think I saw Rob on there. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? And then I think I saw Jimmy Quinn there earlier. So howdy. Yeah, I can't remember who else I saw on there. So yeah, I hope everybody's had a good what we had. I suppose weekend. I suppose we're only at end of Tuesday, aren't we? So I hope everybody's had a good weekend, and there's not too much terribleness going off in people's lives. Oh, Judge is here, and Bad Books. Hi, Bad Books, and Jimmy Quinn's here. I thought so. Cool, nice. Yeah, we're in the room of book reviews, and let's see if I can adjust this a little bit. Oh God, this is so temporary. It's untrue. Oh, you can't see me head. What's going on? There you go. I've got my cardigan of book reviewness on, just in case. So, oh dear, this laptop. Honestly, man, it's going to be the death of me. It's the laptop I used to use when I was recording music before, and it got to a point where I'd only got like I don't know, like 8 different audio tracks on, and then as soon as I put an audio effect on, like a compressor or even a reverb or anything really, or a MIDI track, it just decided it weren't going to play, and it'd get halfway through a song and then miss half a track out, and then that weren't too bad because it meant if I exported them, it still did everything, and then it got to a point where when I exported them, it started glitching as well. So that was pretty annoying. Yeah, it is Valdunican's cardigan. Bed and breakfast, he means beers and bangers. Oh, you nutters. Hey up, Pingu Concord. Hey, I'm well, thank you. I am very well. It is the Tuesday of Tuesdayness, and here we are, ready to talk absolute nonsense on a live stream. So there we go. I hope everybody can hear me all right. I assume you can, otherwise you'd be saying in chat, "I can't fecking hear you. What are you doing?" So yeah, we're all right. So how's everybody's weekend and Monday been? I'll wait for people to respond while I have a little bit of a drinky. As does finest red wine, which tastes very, very weak to me. Hello, Project Nigel. That's a good way of putting it. Actually, I don't know why I don't do that. Hello to everybody reading this. Although, of course, you've got to sort of follow it up with and everybody who's not reading this as well, because you don't want to be rude and disadvantage those people that weren't reading it. You want them all to be inclusive of your hello. I would have thought anyway. Sounds great. Thank you, Bad Books. I bought a little wireless mic earlier, and I've just tried it on Udge's phone. Didn't work. But I remember I had trouble when I had to use an external mic, so I'm going to try it on my phone later. I didn't fancy trying it on live stream and then it not working. Sounding and looking good. Thanks, Rob. Oh, we've got a bit of a thing actually for Rob. So, as you know, Rob's infamous trait is sort of ridding the world of cars. He wants them all. He thinks cars are Pokemons apparently. Um, so Rob is after a MG, well, TF. I assume you don't want an F though, Rob. But you can tell us in the thing. TF 160, which I think is the VVC ones, isn't it? Personally, I won't bother with VVC one. But they are quite nice, and they have got that little top end push that non VVC ones have got. There's not much difference up to a certain revs between non VVC and VVC ones. But yeah, Rob's on the lookout for a TF 160, one that's in quite good nick. It's not a shed to flip on. It's one that he's wanting to keep for a little while. Get a bit serious. Getting a bit serious about MG ownership. Pingu Concord says, "What's behind you?" Do you mean here or do you mean here? Because that's kind of behind me, but this isn't kind of behind me. So yeah, which bit do you mean? Udge, your phone isn't stupid. It's the owner. It's the owner that's stupid. Behind the chair. So this is just a wall with some weird Japanese temple-y type wallpapery thing on it with cherry blossoms and stuff. Yeah, so when we moved in, this was the first room that we decorated because I needed to get all my music stuff in here before we started trying to figure out where stuff were going. So we literally went to B&Q and Fat, and I picked out inspirational coloured wallpaper. So we've got two walls. So this one behind me and the one in front of me over there is that Chinese stuff, and then we've got this wall and then bits and pieces that are over there in this sort of kiddie's bedroom solar system wallpaper, which I think is quite good. But now I feel like I need to take everything back out and start again because yeah, it's kind of half home office and half music thing. Like I've got my guitar amp perched on a little ledge over there, and the idea was that I could leave everything set up, so the mics and everything was set up, and I just needed to plug in. But now the computer that I'm normally on is the one that I use for doing my music, and that's in another room, so I have to just lay cables back through into that room. So it's a bit of a farce at the moment. To be honest, Pingu, it's hard to make out when you study it looking at it. It's like one of them stereograph pictures where you kind of see images all over. Yeah, I've normally got sort of like Christmas tree lights around the top of the ceiling. Come on, wall, ceiling. Up there, I've got Christmas tree lights as well, but I've not got them plugged in, so I've got a laptop plugged in. So what's everybody been up to then? Anything exciting? Any exciting news? Or any juicy secrets to tell me? Don't tell me on here though, but you can tell me. But don't forget that this chat will be on the video that gets published afterwards, like tomorrow morning. I tried to put them so they're live like 6 a.m. on Wednesday. But yeah, juicy secrets. Come on, juicy secrets. How can wine be enjoyed when the glass is that full? What's wrong? What? Whoa! What's wrong with my glass? Look, if you're gonna have a glass like this, it needs to be quite full. Yeah, that's it. That's why it needs to be that full, Rob. And it was just what we left in bottle as well. I found this glass you can fit like half a bottle in. So actually, it didn't taste that bad though. It tasted really weak yesterday. Okay, so who watched the F1 this weekend? Boaty is a cyborg alien secret. Oh my god, he never is. I knew there were a reason why why he didn't seem quite human. I've never seen your juicy secrets, you judge. Squeezy lemon quite juicy. These are funny secrets. Exactly, Pingu. Yeah, what a race. Like I was saying before, the rest of the season could be crap, and I wouldn't mind because Alonso did like such a good job, and I was quite pleased that he managed to bring it home third. Um, yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Hello, Tracy. Hello. Yeah, I enjoyed the race. Did you see? Have you seen in the press that the stuff about like Toto saying that car they're gonna have to change the concept to get any more performance out of it, and then there was something that I read. In fact, let me see if this laptop will let me look at a web page. I mean, it could do. It's supposed to do that sort of thing. There was a story that I saw, and I'll read it to you. Um, Mercedes press pause on Lewis Hamilton contract talks after disastrous start to F1 season. Bear in mind, they're saying disastrous. For God's sake, they were still within top 10, and it's not like they didn't qualify in top 10. Anybody'd think that blooming wheels fell off and it caught fire, honestly. Lewis Hamilton is out of contract with Mercedes at the end of this season, which is true. Mercedes have reportedly put contract talks with Lewis Hamilton on hold as they turn their full focus to improving this year's car. All optimism at Mercedes from the end of last year heading into the new season soon dissipated at pre-season testing when it became clear that they had once again fallen behind Red Bull by a huge margin. Huge margin! It goes on to say, not only that, but Ferrari and Aston Martin also appear to have a quicker package for the time being. They kind of did last year for most of it. Hamilton didn't have a car capable of challenging a fast Fernando Alonso towards the end of the Bahrain Grand Prix, while George Russell finished behind Lance Stroll. Yeah, I think Lance did quite a good job actually, considering his cracking his hand up. God, was this talking about Hamilton? The 38-year-old made it clear throughout the weekend that he was unhappy with the direction his team went in the current concept of the car. And Toto Wolff even admitted before and after Sunday's race that Mercedes will need to scrap the current design in order to challenge at the front once again. It likely means that a record 8th world title for Hamilton will have to wait for another year. But whether or not Hamilton commits his future to Mercedes remains to be seen, despite numerous hints being dropped last year. I don't think he'll go anywhere else. I mean, it looks like a nice car. I like the way they've got. So Hamilton's has got the fluorescent yellow on it, and Russell's has got the green bits and pieces on it on there. So let's have a look. Tracy said, "Did F1 get better then? I switched off the highlights about third of the way through after suffering the warm up of random golf and chit chat." Yeah, the warm up was great. To be honest, Tracy, I don't watch highlights because I think it ruins it. I need to see how the race progresses rather than just like key bits of it. Not like football. God, jeez. Hey, Matt's here. You're at underscore. I'm not doing the Boaty thing because that's Boaty's thing, and heaven forbid anybody does the thing that Boaty does. Merc to scrap this year's design and race Rover R8s instead. I suppose Rover R8s have got 0 side pods as well, really. So. I'm in for that if someone can paint my helmet, said Rob. Oh, kinky! I'm good. I'm good, thanks, Matt. Hope you're well. Hope everything's going cool and groovy with you streetwise, and that you've fitted a massive spoiler on it. And then Paul pipes up with evening everyone again. But last time, Paul, it was everyone reading this again. So have you took my advice and opened it up to everyone now? Yeah. So F1. Yeah. It was interesting. Paul, there you go. Um, yeah, interesting race. Quite looking forward to the next one. Yeah, I like Formula One. I like Formula One. I don't see Red Bull keeping that lead that they've got now throughout season. To be honest, so it's a long season, isn't it? Is it 23 races this year? Um, to everyone not reading this, how inclusive of you and very contemporary. Um, and yeah, someone's brought up an interesting point a few times. People, you're gonna sound like Citizen Smith. um, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, I can't remember. Oh yeah, somebody said a good point. The Aston Martin have got loads more sort of wind tunnel time, haven't they, available to them than certainly than Red Bull, and than Ferrari. So yeah, I mean they've got ample opportunity to get even stronger throughout the season. Um, which I do hope Alonso does some really cracking stuff this season. It'd be an amazing thing. And it'd be how cool would it be if Alonso did so well this season and he got championship that Lewis decided he were going to join Aston Martin in play. Oh, that means Stroll won't be there, and that's never going to happen, is it? Let's just pretend Stroll just evaporates. Like Thanos clicks his fingers and Stroll's one of the half of the universe that disappears. Um, and Lewis and Alonso are in the same team again, and we get that fireworks again. We get all that drama and bitterness. And but they're both in a fast car. Yeah, that'd be good. Um, oh, what are my podium predictions for Jeddah? I predict. I predict Max, Perez, Leclerc in that order. That's what I think we're going to get. I'm really hoping that Ferrari and yeah manage to pull some 1-2s out of the bag at least. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. It's nearly show season, isn't it? I meant to ask, did anybody go to the ignition thing that Boaty posted about? Because I asked Boaty if he'd gone and he never answered. So I don't know whether anybody went on there, but that looks like a good place to go to, even if it's park at Boaties and walk over, because it seems to be there's like loads of stuff going on. It doesn't look like a massive place, but it seems to be a nice venue. And I suppose with it being small, um, Paul, while you're watching, maybe we could use it as one of the meet-up places for a Project Nigel meet. Like maybe it could be the destination, and then you drive back home afterwards. So you have to drive a long way instead of everyone else driving a long way for a change. Pingu predicts Sainz, Alonso, and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg, you think he's going to have a car underneath him to get third? Let me heck. What's Judge on about? Oh, Judge didn't go to that ignition thing. Does that mean you're cooking sausages, Paul, or does that just mean that you've thought about sausages? Because then, if it's just that you've thought about sausages, we're back to that original thing of how are you thinking about sausages and what kind of sausages are you thinking about? These are very important specifics that you need to elaborate on for us to not get the wrong idea or wrong idea. If we get the wrong or wrong idea, that's That's down to you and your description of sausage. Udrich, I said that the other day, and I nearly got lynched. I nearly got lynched, honestly. Someone, I can't remember who it was, said they're not sausages if they've not got meat in them. But you're right, they are good because they're consistent. I don't think you need any. I don't think you need any encouragement to think about sausages there, young Greenwood. To the back of the class with you. Vimto. Oh, the Frankfurters. Julie used to eat them. Sorry, Udjudge used to eat them all the time. They're slippery little buggers, them ones. Slippery little buggers. So, we've done the F1 chatty bit. So, the next thing I've thought about bringing up, I think to be honest, Tracy, I think Matt's got a permanent residence on the naughty step. I'll close that web page down so it doesn't crash everything. Here we go. We're getting onto the hard-hitting facts now. This is what you joined for. Let's readjust our seating position so we can fully embrace this topic, this hard-hitting topic, this world-renowned topic that we need to attack right now. We need to attack it and face it. Sod G7 summits and all that and balls about environmental impact of washing machines and light bulbs and all this stuff going on. We need to attack this subject right now. Now. So, the top 10 most popular sandwiches. Sorry, I'll start again. The top 10 most popular British sandwiches is coming at you right now in your face. And I will go through them and we will talk about them and we will laugh because we will not agree with any of them. So, number 10. The 10th most popular British sandwich. Are you ready for this? You can't. I know I don't, Dick. I'm doing this all off the top of my head. That's why my hair's pink. So the 10th most popular British sandwich is a jam penny. Is a jam penny. Honestly. Right, let's have a look. It looks like... I'll read a bit that tells you what a jam penny is. A favourite afternoon tea sandwich of the late Queen Elizabeth II, jam penny sandwiches are made with crustless brown or white bread, butter and jam. Typically a strawberry or raspberry one. The interesting thing about... Oh my God, this is telling us that there's an interesting thing about jam sandwiches without crust on. Right, you ready? The interesting thing about them is that they're usually cut into rounds or circles, the size of an Old English penny, which is about an inch in diameter. Why? You don't have to pay on a non-event day, underscore. It's only on event days that there's a charge. Non-event days you can book in and there's no fee. Boaties and Perdington. So what's everybody feel about the... Alright, Liz. It's alright, you can be late. Nobody cares. So we've just gone through what the number 10 popular sandwich is in Britain, and it's the jam... Oh, God. Let's start again. The jam penny. The jam penny. Rocking everyone's world. I've not even seen what's number 9. Oh my God, what the hell's that? Ugh. We're only 2 in and I'm already losing the will to live. Right, this one will be a popular one with Paul, I should imagine. Right, you ready? The egg banjo. The hell's that? The egg banjo is a British sandwich that was especially popular with British troops during World War II. Surely you just eat whatever you can get in your wars. Anyway, the sandwich usually consists of nearly stale white bread that's sliced, spread with margarine, filled with fried eggs, and enriched with a brown sauce or ketchup. That's just an egg butte. Stop giving things stupid names. I'm not even blessing that with any further look on there. And I'll read out I'll go down to number 6, and then I'll have a look at comments and see what you've been saying about sandwiches, if that page hasn't crashed. Number 8. I can't say that. I can't say that. It's called the Big Effing Cock. It's not. It's called the Scotch Woodcock. But what is a Scotch Woodcock, I hear you ask? Scotch Woodcock is a traditional savoury snack or an open-faced sandwich, which means it's not got a top on it, I think. Yeah, it's not got a top on it. Originating from Scotland. It's prepared with a combination of toasted bread, eggs, milk, anchovy paste, capers, parsley, and butter. The eggs, capers, parsley, and milk are whisked until blended, and then the mixture is then cooked in butter over a medium to low heat. Is that not like scrambled eggs on bread with a bit of fish on top of it? It also main ingredients. The main ingredients for a woodcock are bread, eggs, butter, milk, capers, parsley, and gentleman relish. Oh, Jesus. Right then. Number 7. Oh, okay. Now we're getting to my kind of sandwich. Now we're getting to my kind of sandwich. Number 10. No. What are you on about, number 10, you idiot? Number 7. A pie bomb, also known as a pie butte, or a pie sandwich, or basically a pie in bread. Oh, that's what you want. Double carb it up, man. Pie bomb, or Wigan kebab, is a unique English sandwich hailing from Wigan. The sandwich consists of a meat pie that is sandwiched between a bomb cake, that's a bread cake, or a roll, or a stotte, or a tea cake. Somewhere it says tea cakes, something like that. Where are we? A buttered roll that's leavened with balm. Oh, that makes a difference then. Beer foam in most cases. I don't know what that means. I'll be honest, I don't know what that means. It's something to do with beer foam. It is a bread sandwich, basically, Dick, yeah. Yeah, like a sausage roll sandwich, Matt. Yeah, exactly. Only it's a pie, which is proper, because they're like bread cake shaped, whereas sausage rolls are like sub shaped, so you'd have to have that on a sub roll. The Wiganers are well known for their pie eating. Are they? I didn't know that. And they even attempted to send a pie into space in 2016, but didn't succeed. Why? Why would you do that? And what? I'm more interested in that now. I'll have to find out what happened to the pie in space thing for next week. And then number 6. Oh, here we go. Is Paul here? Paul, peep up if you're here. We need your full attention for this one. If not, one of us will have to pretend that they're Paul and get all giddy. Are we ready for number 6? Number 6 is the egg and cress sandwich. Now, does Paul put egg? Does Paul put egg in his egg sandwich? All right, Simone. Hope you're feeling all right. Glad you could join us. We're just going through, Simone. We're just going through top 10 British sandwiches, and so far, the only real normal one has been this egg and cress sandwich and a pie butte, pie bomb. Well, you've been having fun, I bet. Staying out till 9:30 at night, blooming heck. So, egg and cress sandwich. Let's go through that. Get it out of the way. It might do, Trace. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. Jam sandwich, Simone, was number 10, and it's a jam penny, and it's just a crustless jam sandwich cut into a circle. Why? Right, anyway, so egg and cress. This classic British favourite is a sandwich consisting of bread slices filled with mayonnaise, chopped and mashed hard-boiled eggs, and garden cress. The triangles are typically cut into triangles and arranged on a platter. Not if you mustard, they just seem to be inhaled. It is recommended, so it's not necessary, but if you're looking for some sort of garnet, it is recommended that you use watercress. But that's not how it's phrased here, and I don't quite understand what they're trying to say. It is recommended to garnish them with leftover cress. Leftover from what? What are people using cress for if it's not for egg mayo sandwiches? What else are you using it for? Am I uncivilized? This thing is making me feel uncivilized. Sugar sandwich? What the hell's that all about, Simone? Surely sugar costs more than jam, does it not? Maybe not, I don't know. More sausages! I don't think sausage sandwich is going to be on here, Paul, but we can only hope. Oh, number 5's a doozy. Number 5 is a doozy. Right then, what we got here? Yeah, exactly, Trace. Who has leftover cress? What are you using cress for? And how much of it are you using to have leftover cress? Because you only get it in little tubs like that big. And you can just cut off what you need. It's not like you have to cut it all off. Bloody hell, honestly. That's it. I'm outraged. I'm livid. I'm livid thinking of all this stuff that, like, how much of this cress is going to waste, right? Who's using part of a cress and then leaving the rest to wilt, but then thinking, you know what, I can use that leftover cress on, I can stick it on an egg sandwich. Just don't use it in the first place, you nutters. Just have an egg sandwich. And if you want to put some cress on, put some fresh cress on. You don't have to have leftover cress. God, the word cress is annoying me now. It's just, it's a travesty, Trace. It's a travesty. I don't understand the world anymore. That's cress. It's for rabbits. Even our rabbits don't eat cress, Jimmy. They're all about the baby sweet corn. If we feed our rabbits in the morning and there's no baby sweet corn, that's it. We might as well rest it day off. Grumpy rabbits ruin your day. I'm just going to scroll up a bit, see if I've missed any any funny Dewberry what's it? Oh, did I see a Roger Botty there? Oh, we're underscore. A me sandwich with the housekeeper and Roger Botty's mom. Matt! God's sakes, calm yourself down. It's only Tuesday. That sort of business is for Fridays and weekends. Yeah, crisp sandwiches, Simone. Definitely. Crisp sandwiches though, and I'm gonna be controversial. I don't know any other way. It's just the way I am. God's sakes. Stop waffling your muffin. Crisp sandwiches to me, it has to be white bread, preferably like proper butter, but not necessarily just something buttery. And plain crisps. Plain crisps are my favourite crisps. I know I wish I'd not mentioned them now because I quite fancy some plain crisps now. Shh, Jimmy. Oh, Jojo will come after you. When I read that, Trace, I thought you meant P&O. I'm like, that's very specific. You want P&O crisps? What was so amazing about them? I obviously now realise you mean cheese and onion, which is the wrong crisp, so never mind. Yeah, I did, Simone. I did see you fry up. They're the kind of days that I'd like. You're spending money on tyres. That's a shame, and it's got to happen. And yeah, it's just horrible having to spend money on things like tyres. Yeah, if it's nothing, if it's not. Hang on, I'm going to rewind a bit and start this again. I don't like spending money on tyres when there's more interesting things to be spending money on. But I do like buying a good set of tyres, yeah. But at least if you're having to spend money on tyres, having a nice fry up kind of makes up for it. Yeah. Was it like kind of the cafe was it near the place that was doing the tyres or what? Or was it like attached to the garage or something that? Because thinking about it, that'd be an amazing thing. Like, um, like having a workshop and a car garage, but having like a cafe at the side of it, that'd be a right good idea. Well, what you need to do, Simone, is put them on left hand side or right hand side, the new tyres, and just drive at an angle that road like that on two wheels. That'll be fine. I mean, they'll wear out faster, but. Poor Pinku. I see. You're gonna have an insight into the way that my brain works. So I like the taste of Pringles, but I'm offended with their uniformity. Like they're literally all the same, and that's I can't hack that. I'd rather have proper crisps that are all different shapes and stuff. Pringles, I can taste them and they're nice, yeah, but no, they're all the same. Udjudge says, I had to ask Google, you can make cress soup apparently. Well, I've never heard anything more pointless. That sounds nearly as bad as onion soup. Right, let's get back to finishing these sandwiches off because we've nearly gone through 40 minutes already and we're just talking utter nonsense. So, number 5 is chip butty. So, chip butty is a British sandwich consisting of chips and then in brackets fries, even though this is on a. Oh, oh yeah, it might be an American website. Fries between bread that is slathered with butter. It's not, it's just buttered. Hence the butty name. Is it? I didn't realise that. I'm going to have to check that up. Check that up. Although purists might think that nothing else is needed, some people like to add condiments. Oh, you crazy bastards! Such as malt vinegar, mayonnaise, or ketchup. The sandwich can be found at chippies and casual eateries throughout the United Kingdom. There's also a variation cut known as a scallop butty, made with a battered and deep fried potato slices instead of chips. Yes, there is. Udjudge will know that. Because the first time, I think, but first time we went to a chip shop near where we lived, not where we live now, but quite close. It, Udjudge were in there, and she were like, "What's that?" And the guy were like, "Oh, what did he call it now? A tatty fritter." And Julie were like, "What?" The tatty fritter. So I had to explain what it was. The tatty fritter. We don't all talk like that around here. So moving on to number 4. This list could have been called Britain's top 10 pointless sandwiches with some double carb sandwiches included. So number 4 is the cucumber sandwich. What's this business for cutting crust off everything? Are we all soft or what? This simple, elegant staple of the British afternoon tea, known as cucumber sandwich, is a concoction made with crustless triangles of lightly buttered white bread that is filled with paper-thin cucumber slices, a little bit of salt and a dash of lemon juice. The Brits invented it during the Victorian period, when it was mainly popular amongst the members of the upper class. Today there are many variations on the original, with added tuna, eggs, cream cheese and mayonnaise. That's not a cucumber sandwich, that's a tuna sandwich, or an egg sandwich, or a cream cheese sandwich. It's not a it's not a cucumber sandwich. Cucumber's a side thing, not a main ingredient. So we're getting into top three now. Top three. And the third one, number 3 is ching, bacon butty. So let's see what they say about bacon butties. Bacon butty is one of Britain's most popular guilty pleasures. A sandwich consisting of slices of white bread or a bread roll, spread with butter and stuffed with large amounts of bacon. Some like to add ketchup, brown sauce, or an egg to the sandwich, depending on personal preferences. Regardless of the variations, the sandwich is eaten by young and old alike, and it also has a reputation of being a great hangover cure. I have to point out that the picture that they're showing, it's not doing my blood pressure any good, this. The picture they've shown is 2 slices of bread. It's like a CGI'd picture, it's not a real one. 2 slices of bread with some butter and streaky bacon in it. You don't have streaky bacon in it, you have best back bacon in it, not streaky bacon. Come on, people, get a grip. Also, I don't know about anybody else, but I alternate between smoked and non-smoked. I'm on a bit of a non-smoked trip at the moment. But actually, Julie Udjudge bought the last lot of bacon from Tesco, so maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm on a smoked trip at the moment. I don't know, I've not looked. Number 2 is the BLT. Is that British? Crispy, crunchy and salty bacon, fresh, slightly acidic tomatoes, chilled lettuce, mayonnaise and toast. There is little, if no excuse for error while making a BLT sandwich. However, there are strict rules regarding the ingredients. According to the food critic Mimi Sheraton, the bacon has to be hot, freshly fried and extremely crispy. The matatos, the matatos, Kuma matatos. Oh, who else has matatos on the BLT? Surely you should be called a BLM. Oh dear, it's getting worse. Right. Right, back. Where are we? The bacon has to be hot, freshly fried and extremely crispy. The tomatoes must be ripe and sliced thinly. The lettuce must have bite and flavour, so iceberg lettuce is forbidden. Okay. And the bread should be toasted until golden brown. Texture like sun. Can't be asked to read the rest of that one. Oh, controversy. Controversy, but also probably if, and this is a big if Boaty watches this video, and if, there's a second if, so you've gone like, there's your first level of probably notness, and then we're ramping it up to if Boaty watches it this far, even more. So you've got like your initial, if he watches the video, and if he even gets this far into it, he'll be impressed by this one. So, number 1, British sandwich. You ready, guys and girls, and others, all inclusive? Welsh rarebit. Now, I'm sure Udjudge will be able to tell you all on the chat right now what Welsh rarebit is. So I'll just wait for her to. I'll just wait for her to tell you. Sorry, Tracer. Oh, Judge, come on. Come on. It's cheese on toast, man, pretty much. I mean, it's not really just cheese on toast, because I'll have to read out and tell you what the difference is. But you've kind of had it. So to call this creamy, savoury sandwich melted cheese on toast would be a sacrilege. I do not care. As I've already said, I'm controversial. Come at me. Welsh rarebit is a traditional snack, ideally based on locally produced cheddar or Caerphilly cheese, melted and mixed with butter and cream or ale. Really? Then poured over a piping hot buttered toast. The dish stems from the 14th century as a way of accentuating the greatness of wheat bread and Welsh cheddar. Here, come and look what we've done. We've got some of the finest bread and the finest cheese, and we've toasted this and melted this, and then we've stuck them on top like that. See if you can beat that. Roast beef. God damn it! The debate about rabbit versus rarebit went on until the late 19th century, when the word rarebit caught on. The rabbit version derives from the fact that the Welsh were extremely bad hunters. So their dinners resulted in cheese instead of rabbits. Oh dear. Oh God. It does beg the question. Sorry. How do you hunt a cheese? Or is it the fact that the rabbits used to carry cheese, and to escape from the hunters they used to just ditch the cheese and run off, so the hunters would pick the cheese up? Maybe that's how they got it. Well, there we go. That was the top 10 British sandwiches. Oh dear. Ugh. Just because nothing, sorry, Trace says, just because something is on bread doesn't make it a sandwich. Throws PC out of window. Yeah, exactly, Liz, exactly. On a raft. I mean, in the loosest term, you didn't mention tomato, did it, for Welsh rarebit? In the loosest term, if you added tomato to it, you'd be getting some sort of basic bitch pizza, really, wouldn't you? It's just a bready thing with tomato and melted cheese. Please post the link into the group, Sam. Well, for the sandwich thing, I'll just save it. Hopefully, this laptop doesn't decide to throw a paddy and get rid of everything again. Oh dear. Simone makes a good point. What if you fold one slice of bread? Is it a sarnie? I don't know. The phrase sarnie is a bit of an odd one to me. I mean, it'd be I'd say it's is it a sandwich? It's tricky, isn't it? This whole, I took on this subject thinking it'd be light-hearted, and we've had some fierce discussions. See, but then what you're saying, if you fold in the bread, if that makes it a sandwich, like a pasty's folded pastry, but a pie's not. So, is it? Are you saying that Are you saying that a pasty's actually a pie? Because it's not. So I think this is more complicated than I think I'm in over my head. I think I'm in well over my head. This could just be the end of my live streaming career. I've gone too far too quick. We're only 3 in, and we've tackled sandwiches. We should have left this. We should have left this to the experts. I can't cope with this anymore. Excuse me, your judge. This is not some sort of pornography channel. Thank you very much. Keep your needs and wants to yourself, not off my comments. Thank you very much. I wish I knew how to block people like her. Honestly, it's croc, croc, croc all the time. Brown bread or white? Personally, Simone, I'd always go, if it's sort of like pre-sliced packet bread, I'd always go white bread. But I do occasionally like a good, like, oven baked, like a proper rustic brown bread. It has to be got like loads of seeds and stuff on it. But if I have a choice, white, because I'm unhealthy. Cheap white or good brown? Yeah, exactly there, Trace. Yeah, white, I'm not that fussy. Well, I am. I'm super fussy, but yeah, white, I can eat a cheap cheap white bread, but brown it has to be an expensive one, otherwise it just tastes like cardboard. Lurpak Toast Rack Inspector says, "Where's your bloody toast rack?" I ain't got one. We had a look in some charity shops in Brid we went to. And then I had a look in somewhere else. I can't remember where we were. We've had a look in loads of places. Oh, I think it was Doncaster. No, didn't find any. I expected there to be loads of them, but they weren't. I think we're like a step past when people had toast racks. I think all the people that would have had toast racks died about 15 years ago from now. So all the toast racks went to the charity shop and they stayed there for 10 years and nobody bought them, so they binned them all. I think that's what's happened to the toast racks. Ham and cheese on toast with bechamel sauce. Too faffy. It can be faffy if you're making it, Liz, but if someone else makes it, it's easy. So yeah, I'd go for that. Toast racks and sandwiches do not mix. Yeah, you'd have to have like a super wide toast rack, wouldn't you? And then there's no point. What about them? Is it a club or hero sandwich where you've got bread filling bread filling bread? When it's like a triple stack. What does everybody reckon to them? I think it's bloody stupid. For God's sake, you should be thrown to the floor for this behaviour. Ugh. Is it called a club? What's a hero sandwich then? Or is that the same thing but an Americanism? Or has it got a little cape on it and a mask? Or has it got chocolates in it? That's quite a good solution there, Simone. I've never heard of a hero. Triple sandwich is a disgrace. Let me just Google hero sandwich. I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I can't have just made it up. Me making stuff up? Nah. Also, just to add insult to injury, the search engine on this laptop, since it did its update, is flipping Bing. Ugh. Right, what is a hero sandwich? It's all about the sandwiches, isn't it? All about the sandwiches. Right, I'll tell you what a hero sandwich is, and then we can all bugger off to Mustard Stream. A hero sandwich, and it's certainly known by a lot of other names. It can be called a po' boy in New Orleans, or a sub or submarine sandwich in Boston, or a hoagie. Oh, I've got loads of pop-ups and it's stopping me reading it. The name usually refers specifically to those large sandwiches on baguettes or wider French or Italian bread that have a distinct Italian flavour. Oh, it's just a sub. It's just a sandwich on a sub roll. How disappointing. Yeah, Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Right, let's everybody say goodbye. Otherwise, we're going to be eating into Mustard's thing. Maybe I should start doing these a bit earlier. Maybe I should go for 8:30 next time, because we seem to be rattling through things, or I seem to be rattling through things anyway. I'm sure you guys will tell me to shut the F up if I need to. So yeah, I'll let everybody just say goodbye to each other, even though you're going to see each other in 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 45 seconds, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I don't know, Simone. It depends what happens. Maybe you could beat somebody to death with it. Mustard is good in a sandwich. I won't know or judge. Cool, Jimmy. Yeah, I'll try 8:30 next week. Miss Hubnutter too. I disapprove of this prejudiced sandwich list. Well, what can you do? Chase, I knew that would come in. Right, I'm gonna go. Everybody have a very nice rest of the week until I see you next time on my stream, and no doubt I shall chat to you quite often during the week as well. So it's good night from me, and good night from me also. Yeah, that's it. Ta everybody, have a good time. Speak to you soon. Love you. Mwah. Bye.